This is simply the worst Manchester United squad I've seen in my entire life. Forget about the injuries. Guys, these are professional footballers. They should be able to avoid such a humiliation against a team like Crystal Palace. This is the United Hotspot. Welcome to the match reaction. I'm going to rate these players, but this will be a difficult one, an extremely difficult player rating. First of all, Casemiro has got his ticket, express ticket, his visa ticket, everything have been gifted him by Michael Olise to Saudi Arabia. Casemiro is done. What exactly was he doing? This probably was Casemiro's worst game in a Manchester United jersey, perhaps in his entire career. He will look back at this game and think, goodness. And it doesn't matter him playing as a defender. He had moments where in the set pieces he was connecting well with the balls, which is a good thing to see. But his role as a defender, what a terrible performance from such an experienced player. Go to Wan-Bissaka and Diogo Dalot. What on earth were these guys doing? How are these people? How are these Man United players? Where did we get these players? Who signed these players? How on earth did these footballers end up at Manchester United? No wonder in your scheme and first chased away all these guys who recruited players. Guys, this is not even about the manager. Before we get to Eric Ten Hag, let us first sort the players. By the time you're trusted, signed by Manchester United, you cannot be this bad. You can't be this bad. How do you be a Man United player and you cannot put three passes together? Tell me a worse game than this you've watched for Man United. Kobe Maino too was a whole different thing. Was all poor guy was also disorganized and messed up. There is no single player you would look at and say they tried to play football. Garnacho again making wrong decisions up top. Ah, goodness, who can I say? I don't know. Player ratings: Andre Onana, I would give him 4.5 out of 10. Uh, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, 2.5 out of 10. Diogo Dalot, 3 out of 10. Casemiro, 1.5 out of 10. Johnny Evans, 3.5 out of 10 for someone who is coming from injury. Kobe Maino, 4 out of 10. Christian Eriksen, 3.5 out of 10. Who else? Mason Mount should useless player, completely useless. The game is starting. You haven't been starting games for your entire existence at Man United. You get a chance to start because Bruno is not there. Instead of focusing on the game, you're smiling and teething for the camera. For what? Just that shows you your mentality. Mason Mount, 2.2 out of 10. Hoyland, 4 out of 10. Garnacho, 5 out of 10. I think he was one of the average play performers. Antony, 4.5 out of 10. That is how poor Manchester United was. I looked at poor Eric Ten Hag. He had no idea, no options. He froze, and would you blame him? What is there to do? And guys, the injuries are there, and the injuries are an excuse for Eric Ten Hag. But these players individually do not deserve to put on a Man United jersey. None of these players, except the few young ones. But even the so many bad players make even the three good players we have look bad. And they just made it look like we missed Bruno like life itself. But the lack of effort, it's like Bruno, when he's on the pitch, he pushes these players to try and work. No wonder I think he must have been watching this game at home and thinking, okay, I'm not in the game. Let's see what you can do without me. My goodness, what a terrible performance. You can't put passes together. Michael Olise was just showboating around and having fun. Him and Eze, they were just playing like they're playing with kids. They were even probably laughing in their hearts, saying, how are these guys Man United players? How are these Man United footballers? Probably that is what Michael Olise and his entire Crystal Palace team were thinking. This was such a poor performance, and you can imagine that Casemiro is going to earn his £350,000, I think, at the end of this week. All these players are going to earn crazy amounts of money at the end of this week. That's the painful bit. We don't want to take your money, but show some desire. Show some desire that you did not end up at Man United by mistake. But you look at these players and you're thinking, how were they scouted? How did they end up putting on this jersey? What do they do during training? Because you look at Man United and there is nothing they have improved at. There is no improvement at all. And Eric Ten Hag will come out and tell you, play the most entertaining. This time around, I want to hear what he will say. There is nothing given for him. He looked on the bench. Honestly, if I'm Eric Ten Hag, what I do, the remaining games versus Arsenal, versus Newcastle, I play these kids. I will play those kids. Trust them to come and play. No one will blame you. They just make us happy. They excite us. They run around. Just play the kids and the few senior players who are showing desire and heart to play for this team. But without Harry Maguire, without Bruno, you look around and there is absolutely no one who has got the determination and desire and interest in playing for this club. What are we doing? How on earth are we going to rebuild this? They just make it look so difficult a job for Ineos because you cannot lose all players. But honestly, like they say, they're open to offers for everyone. You can't lose all players. They're even making the three little good footballers we have look so bad. They're making them look so bad. This is just how poor Man United is. We don't deserve to be in the Europa League. United does not deserve to even be in the Conference League. I'm hoping we finish in the bottom half, by the way, if it's possible, because United does not deserve anything. He does not deserve anything. And I will not even attack Eric Ten Hag. I will not blame this on Eric Ten Hag. These players are a shame. They are a disgrace to the jersey. They are a disgrace to the club. They are a pain to watch. They don't honor this club. If anything, they shouldn't be paid. There's no effort. It's like they don't want to play. There is no single effort. There is no hunger. There is no desire. There is no fire. There is nothing. We fans of the club are more serious than the players. What's that? What's that? We are more serious than the players. What on earth is that? Crystal Palace destroys you like that? Oh, goodness. What a game. The entire team performance out of 10. I can't give rate Eric Ten Hag because those are the players he had. What else would he have done? Out of 10 for the entire team performance, I would give them 2 out of 10 because they showed up. 2 out of 10. For me, this is the worst game. We've played so many bad games. This is the worst game we've played. The worst game we've played. The worst game I've watched Man United play. Not even, I think, post Sir Alex Ferguson, by the way. This could be the worst game post Sir Alex Ferguson that I've seen. Of course, before Sir Alex Ferguson, even which team beat United by so many goals, I don't remember even Sir Alex Ferguson's game. It wasn't as bad. This is probably the worst game I've personally watched United play. This was so poor, no effort. I think we had one single shot on target from Anthony. Goodness, there's nothing. Actually, it made it look like without Bruno, this Manchester United team is inexistent. That's what it felt like for a moment. God, what a job Ineos has got to do. What a job Eric Ten Hag, if he keeps his job, and I hope they don't sack him. Because a team with ego, such a result, you're sacked as a manager. But I hope they don't do it because this is not Eric Ten Hag. These players have to go. Whether we just promote the whole junior team, under 18 or whatever, it's okay. But these players have got to go. Useless players.